Hey everyone, David back here. I just wanted to kind of go through a little bit of my morning ritual every time I wake up each day. Kind of helps loosen me up. You know, we sleep all night, we get tight. Some of us have a hard time moving when we get up without caffeine. But just in general, some good ways to loosen up your body and to also practice some lifting technique while you're at it. This right here is a 7-foot long piece of PVC pipe. You can go to your local Home Depot, Lowe's, have them cut it for you. It costs around $7 or $8 to get a 7-foot long one, but the reason I get a 7-foot long one is because that is the length of an Olympic barbell, which is the barbell size that you will find at your gym. So it's easily transferable for a lot of the movements that I'm going to show you when you go into the gym, and you've already got the feel of the length and pretty much almost exactly the width of what the barbell you'll be working with in the gym is like. So when I wake up in the morning, what I first like to do is I like to take PVC pipe and just kind of throw it on my back like this. What I like to do is just kind of do some twists. What this is going to do is it's going to loosen up your obliques, which is your side abs, and just kind of get any knots, any kinks out of your back that might have formed while you were sleeping at night. When we're sleeping at night, a lot of pressure gets built up in our discs in our back. The fluid gets built up, and that's why you're tight. A lot of people think it's because of an injury or not, but it's really just a natural thing. It's because the fluid in your joints, just in between your discs, just kind of build up and sit there, and all that pressure. So we just kind of loosen up, and then I like to go side to side and just bend like this a little bit. Nothing heavy, nothing hard. Just kind of go with the flow, however your body's feeling at the time. And then also do some good mornings, which is basically just, I'm gonna put this down a little bit so you can see. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna stand and I'm just gonna bend at the hips to about parallel, about 90 degrees, and then come up. And what you really wanna do is you really wanna focus on squeezing your lower back and your glutes. This is gonna loosen up your spinal erectors. Going to tighten up your glutes and loosen those up, get some blood flowing in it. Alright, so that's another good one to do. Then what I like to do is, I like to practice some squats. And I'll do them at different foot variations and everything. And a lot of the reason is just to kind of open up my hips a little bit in the morning, but also it kind of reinforces the technique when I get to the squat rack later on in the day, if it's a squat day. So I'm going to show you a little bit of my different foot stance. And what I do is I usually do about 3 rounds, about 10 squats each. So what I'll do is I'll start really wide like this. And you remember, you want your toes pointed out and you want your knees to track right over your feet. So I just go down, kind of hold it for a minute, work on squeezing the glutes and pushing through the floor on the way down. Now, this is later on in the day I'm showing you, but in the morning a lot of times we're so tight, so don't force it right away. If you can only go down to about right here for the first rep or two, just go down there. As you start warming up, you're gonna get looser, you're gonna be able to get deeper, but I want you to also remember to keep your core tight. I want you to push out through your abdomen. Make sure you got a straight back, because all this is doing is also going to be some mind muscle reinforcement for when you get to the squat rack and you can perform a safe squat. So next I like to bring my feet in a little bit closer and come down. What this is going to do is really kind of stretch out your quadriceps a lot. In the bar position you can practice a low bar squat, which is more resting on your rear delts like this, or a high bar squat, which is up on your traps. When you put it up higher on your traps, you're automatically going to put more pressure and more force on your quadriceps, which are the front muscles here in your leg. Low bar squat tends to be really hip and glute dominant, so your hamstrings and your butt are really going to be the main driving force with that. So we got the wide stance, we got the close stance, And then I just kind of like to go shoulder width because I'm already loose pretty much. And this is about the stance that I go when I'm squatting anyways. So just do that. Remember to make sure your knees are tracking over. You want the bar path to be right over the mid part of your foot. So if you draw a line straight from the bar down, it should hit right on your midfoot. And kind of just pick a spot about 6 to 8 inches in front of you. Keep your eye glanced on it. And it'll just help reinforce proper form. So I do that, and then what I like to do also is some bent over row work. So even though this is no weight, you can also just work on squeezing and activating your muscle just by pulling up. And what this is going to do is actually teach you which muscle you're wanting to work during a specific movement. Too many times with bent over rows, people try to jerk it up too quick, and they're not really using their back and their lats. So you want to go like this and pull it straight into your belly button. And then you can also do more of a bent over one and come straight up. What this is going to do is help loosen up your upper back and work your rear deltoids and your traps. So there's a few things to do with the PVC pipe. What I also like to do to kind of warm up the chest a little bit is just get down and do some push-ups. You know, you can start off with some close grip. So basically a little bit closer in than shoulder width. Keep your elbows tucked close to your side, almost like you're trying to like hold an apple in your armpit without it falling. So then you can move to wide. And you still want to activate your lats. You want to almost envision yourself kind of doing a pull down and keeping your lats tight. What that's going to do is help stabilize your core and your shoulder. Because a push-up is not just your chest and your shoulders. A lot of the push-up comes from your lats. It keeps it tight and stabilizes, and you can actually, if you do it right, if you connect your mind with your muscle, a lot of the initial push is actually coming up from your lats before you even start with your shoulders and pecs. So, and then just kind of go whatever normal stance you usually do. You can lift up your leg if you want. So there's just a few ways to start off your morning, kind of get the blood pumping a little bit, and you know, wake up a little bit before you have that first cup of coffee. Hopefully that helps. Like I said, a lot of that is also practicing form for when you get into the gym and start practicing your barbell movements. So if you have any other questions, you can find me at Mathis Fitness, M-A-T-H-A-S, on Instagram. My Facebook page, Mathis Performance Fitness. You can watch my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe and share if you like the information. I'm trying to put out as many informative videos for people as I can. And just contact me for any coaching, training programming, nutrition help, anything you need, and I'll get back to you as soon as I get that message. So, like I said, thanks for tuning in. This is David, and thanks for going through and watching my morning ritual. So hopefully it helps you guys a little bit. Have a great day. Grind every day. Be confident, believe in yourself, and go out and have some fun, live your passion.